Bree, what's up?
How's it going? Let's
Good. How
see.
we feeling
Here we
today?
go. Feeling good?
Good. There she is. What state are you calling me from today?
Huh?
What state are you in today?
Minnesota.
I'm out in Omaha, Nebraska. How you guys Vikings
Cool.
looking this year?
I don't know. I don't really keep up, but I think they lost a game, so
It's
not a
only
lot of people are happy.
yeah, it's only like week. I think this is coming into week three. No big deal there. So cool.
Yeah.
Today's call is all about you. Just want to get a better indication on who you are, what you're about, what your goals are, and I'm going to try to provide some context on how to get you there a little bit faster. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So kind of give me a rundown of where we're currently at. What do we do for work? What got us into the online space?
So right now I serve and bartend at a bar on the weekends.
Okay,
Uh, and I'm a full-time student.
very cool. All right, what college are you at?
So I go to the University of Northwestern. It's a private Christian school.
Okay, cool. How many more years left you got?
This is my last year.
Let's go. What's the degree in?
Music education, and then I finished my minor in psychology. But I want to go back and get a master's in music ed and bachelor's in psychology.
Okay, cool. So with the music, with the bartending, where's the shift to the online coaching space? Where's that fall into place?
So I'm hoping to cut some hours from serving and bartending and shifting it over to training. At least, that's been the goal. Or that is the goal.
Now, are you doing any in-person training now?
Unfortunately, no. I it wouldn't work with my schedule, so I'm busy with my classes.
Gotcha. So we're looking for something that's extremely flexible, allows you to do what you need to do when you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, how many hours total are you working as a server and a bartender?
About 20 hours a week.
20 hours. Gotcha. Cool. And then you're full time right now with the college. Awesome. So, what do we need to make to be able to replace or reduce those hours with bartending?
Uh, I mean, it'd be nice to average like 800 to a grand a week. That way I have money. I'm able to put money into savings because I'm paying for tuition out of pocket as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay. Yeah. Easily done there. So, industry averages for online coaching on the very low end, 250 a month per services, all the way up to 500 a month per services for each individual. Okay. So, let's just say you're charging roughly around 400 bucks. Literally, if you had, 10 clients, that's 4K right there. Additional, that's an additional 48,000, right? If you had 25 clients, that gets you that 10K a month. So 25 clients in a world full of billions of people, easily done, right? The average individual who goes through our courses, they're signing their first client like week one. So 73% of students are getting their first client in month one. On average, it takes people just 1 week. So if you just lay out the blueprint for you and do exactly as we tell you to, no problems at all. Cool.
yeah,
And right now, after about 4 months of people that go through our program, they're making anywhere between 6,500 to 8K, which is phenomenal, right? Think about that as a college student, making 6,500 to 8K would be great, right? Pay for a
yeah,
lot of stuff, right? Cool.
yeah.
Gotcha. Now, how big are we looking like? What's the overall vision for your training? Like, I know right now you would like to bring in 800 to 1,000 a month additional. Long term, where do you see this?
Uh, I thought about it. I thought about doing, online training as well as in-person training, but I would sign contracts with gyms. I don't, I'm still debating if I want to work at a gym and be a trainer, but I started my online business, so I have the LLC and everything, so I wouldn't necessarily work at a gym if I'm doing my own stuff.
Yep, for sure. So I've been a master level trainer for over 15 years. If you go work at a gym, right, you're trading a lot of time to get the proper clientele. It usually takes about 6 to 12 months to build that up. And if you're working at a gym, they usually take anywhere between 60 to 80% of that overall commission, right? You could go private, but that means you're paying a small rent fee. So down here it was about 500 bucks. So if we're looking to not do that, we're looking to just steer more on the online platform. We do actually have an optional certification at no additional charge, but it's geared specifically for the online platform. Equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. So that works out really well if you're staying more on that online area. Do you have an in-person certification or anything like that?
Uh, no, I mean, I got my certification through NASM.
Okay, cool. Got it. So
Yeah.
this is actually pretty cool. NASM is actually a supporter of ours. We're continuing education credits. This would be 1.9 CEUs for you if you went through with
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah, so pretty nice there. That covers all of your ongoing education, and this is also a tax write-off too. So pretty cool there as well. Where do we feel like our biggest challenges to get this thing? I know you said you started. How long ago did you start your online business?
Let's see, month ago, month and a half. It was right before I got my nutrition certification. Uh, so I want to make sure I had that in place before starting the business officially.
Very cool. Okay, how many clients do we have right now on the online space?
Zero. I've reached out to many people. 'Cause yeah, long story short, they want help with nutrition as well as workouts. And I told them once I get my certification, I can help you. But yeah, but so far none of them have gotten back to me.
Okay, I got you. Any type
Yeah.
of things that you've been implementing, anything you've been trying on your own, special techniques? Uh, how do we, like, as far as challenges go, are we talking about like marketing, advertising that we're struggling with, lead generation?
Yeah, I'm just struggling with marketing site, 'cause everyone that I've talked to has been in person, so I know them personally.
Okay,
So, but yeah, yeah, the online marketing is where I struggle.
I got you. Cool. So what do we feel like we would need to be successful to solve that problem? Like more of guidance, like a one-on-one accountability, a step-by-step game plan, something like that?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Game plan, step by step. Cool. Where would you like to see yourself differently in the next 4 to 6 months than where you're currently at?
Like with the business
Yeah, with the
or
business and life in general as well.
yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to have, like you said, at least 10 clients, a month, uh, on average, and be able to take some time off from serving and bartending to focus more on online training. But
Gotcha.
yeah, before I do that, I just want to make sure I have at least 8 to 10 clients before I start cutting hours.
Yep, that's pretty normal. The kind of the tier is we don't tell people to ever quit their jobs, but the goal, kind of
Yeah.
like what you said, is start building a little bit of momentum. It's kind of like that teeter totter, right? The more clients you get, a little less hours we have to work at our other jobs. Are you looking to fully leave bartending and serving if that was an option?
Yes. I mean, I know I'd go back, here and there, but realistically, yes.
So it's more of a like, I can go work there if I want to, not because I have to type of thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've been with the company for 4.5 years, so if I wanted to work a shift, yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, it's just like a quick phone call. Hey, put me on. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. What are we earning? What are we generating from bartending and serving up monthly?
Right now, just with the 2 nights a week, I would say 700 every week, 700 to 800. Uh,
Okay.
Sometimes 900, but that's rare. But 7 to 8 is average.
Okay, cool. So let's just put it at, we'll say 7,500. So you're making right, oops, 7,500. You're making right around, geez, why is my math so awful? Times 4 weeks. Oh, geez, that's why I'm doing it. I was putting 7,000. So you're right between
Okay.
2,800 and 3,300. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Now, let me ask you this. Let's say on a hypothetical, everything checks all the boxes that you're specifically looking for from a coaching company, right? You move forward and all of a sudden you're reducing your hours from bartending. You have the 10 clients, you're making, 6 to 8 to 10K a month on a consistent basis, still going to school, doing your thing. What would life look like in the next 12 months if you had all that going for you?
If I was financially stable, I would pay off my school loans. or start chipping away, and then start putting money into savings. I'm not a big spender, so I've been paying for college out of pocket,
Hmm.
uh, as well as taking out small loans. So yeah, so I'd be financially stable and not
Yeah.
worry.
Gotcha. So reduce stress, right? Like money can
Yeah.
either buy money can either give us a little bit of happiness or a lot of stress, right? Now let's flip that question. Let's say that this still checks off everything that you want. You're still going to school, you're doing these things, but you don't move forward with your online business with coaching support. What does life look like if you continue to go the same route that you're going now?
Well, I would still be struggling on getting clients and trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Like maybe I'm doing things right, but maybe just not. I don't know. Well, essentially doing it wrong, but yeah,
So we're looking for more, essentially, if we didn't, you wouldn't be as efficient, right? So if you can get
yeah,
to your goals a lot faster, it provides more financial freedom a lot faster as well, right?
yeah.
I got you. Cool. Now, how big of a priority is this for you to really get this thing running the right way on how you see fit? Is this like a major priority for you, or is this more of like a passion project?
I mean, it's a passion. But I paid money to get the certifications and paying to start the business, so I would consider it as a priority as well. But it is a passion.
Yeah, 100%. I'm hoping it's a passion, right? That way,
Yeah,
when you're moving into any type of career with the right heart posture, the money and the rewards come with it because people know that you're doing it for the right reasons, right? Especially if we're talking about impacting people's lives and giving them optimal health versions of themselves. Outside of that, how important is it for you to really feel that financial freedom? Like, how long have we been kind of in a struggling spot?
I would say about a year since I've had to cut back on work just due to the homework load.
Yeah,
So yeah,
100%.
yeah, cutting out the extra 8 to 10 hours a week adds up.
For sure. I got you. Cool. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Well, actually, before that, I'm going to make sure I have all my notes right. Okay. You're going to let me know
Yeah.
how I do since you're a college student, so you can be as hard on me as you want. Okay. So, right now, we are based out of Minnesota, correct? You are a server and a bartender. You're doing about 20 hours a week, but you're full time at a Christian university. You're paying tuition all out of your own pocket as well. Main reason why we're on the call is we want to be able to cut down some hours from serving and bartending, have more flexibility with our school schedule, and become more financial stable. Our goal would be to hit about 8 to 1K additionally a week. But anything over that would be great. Right now, you're bringing about 2,800 to 3,300 a month. So we know if we have roughly 4 to 5 clients, we can make significantly more. Our biggest challenge is really marketing and lead generation for the online space. You started your own online fitness business about a month ago. You're certified through NASM and you have a nutrition certification. You've also already started your own LLC. So that's awesome. What we need is a specific game plan, step by step, process, and then resources. In the next 4 to 6 months, we'd like to be, more financially free. We'd like to have more time with our training and reduce time at the bar. 12 months, if we move forward, we're more financially free. We're able to pay off debt. If we don't, we're still kind of struggling and we're not as efficient. How'd I do?
Perfect.
All right, I better have been. Cool. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over all things NLCA. And then after that, we'll talk about possible next steps. Cool.
Sound good.
All right. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Hmm. I
Popping
cannot
up.
see it.
Still can't see it. All right. Let me try this again. Let's go.
There we go.
All right. All right. So we are the Next Level Coaching Academy. As you know, this is a big deal. We are accredited through the Better Business Bureau, and we have an A+ rating, which is the highest rating you can get. We're also backed by ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So as you know, those are the 3 biggest certification companies in the world. And as mentioned earlier, for you, this is going to be 1.9 CEUs for you, which is awesome. On the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We've got 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is ideal for an individual such as yourself who is looking to create some more impact, more financial freedom, has a certification. The information in this course is geared to get you from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 to 6 months if so desired. Mastery Level is when you're hitting 10K a month on a consistent basis, but maybe your focal point is to go for those higher numbers, going for a 100K months, kind of stepping aside from the coaching aspect, becoming more of a CEO of your own business, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Our program is really broken up into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do, get you some clients, right? Can't call ourselves an actual business without paying clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We'll help you generate leads organically to maximize your overall reach on all 3 platforms. And we'll develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, it's going to be second to none. You'll have an assigned one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to review where you're at, where you want to be, the most efficient way to get there. The really cool thing about these coaches is they've all been through both 10K and mastery level, so they have that 6 or 7 figure business that you might be seeking. You'll have one-on-one coaching either weekly or bi-weekly, depending on what you feel like your needs are going to be most. Then we'll also have private sales coaching as well. So this is an excellent opportunity to go over the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, get specific instructions. Your sales coaching is going to take place when you're averaging about 2 to 3 Zoom calls per week and you've completed the sales modules. This will be an individual to help you overcome those objections, close down those sales calls at a 40% clip or greater, get a large return of investment. You'll have biweekly roster group coaching calls accompanied by 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. Then you'll have bonus biweekly group support calls with Chad, and then you'll have 24/5 tech support. So outside of all those calls, you'll have access to your coach 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're contractually obligated to answer every single one of your questions. Now, starting your business, as you know, you just started, is exciting, but it does get overwhelming at times. So we've created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation, even journaling sessions, just to ensure you're always in a good headspace to move forward within your business. As far as the resources go, you'll have the course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method. This will be a game changer for you, done for you programming. It saves you hours of time. There'll be drop-down menus, beginner, intermediate, advanced. You kind of just can plug and play as you see fit for your specific clients. And then we'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements. We do also offer an optional certification at no additional charge, but you already have multiple, so you'd be good there. Any questions on all that so far?
No.
Cool. Now, this is the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K, 4 phases. Act first, we're essentially going to have you launch your business. We're going to have you announce to the world who you are, what you're about, and then we're also going to provide you specific strategies to get your first couple clients. From there, we're going to go into company organization design. So we're going to make sure all of your back-end systems are set up, make sure you're a fully legal company, identify what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create your offer and pricing. So this will probably take you about a month. You've already got some of this set up, which is awesome. The rest of the time is going to be in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to maximize all 3 platforms. We're going to show you how to utilize podcasts and YouTube. We're going to show you how to maximize WhatsApp community chat for more lead generation. Then we'll show you how to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales skills. We're going to make sure you have consistent client delivery systems, but emphasize the customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time. Any questions on that?
No.
All right. Making my job easy. I like you already.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is the inside of our course. There's 34 total modules. Each module is going to have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The link in the videos are tutorial style, so they'll go step by step. Okay. So the first step to becoming a full-time coach, we're going to be talking about strategies here. The resources we provide for you are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient. The 10K Accelerator Directory, I don't want you to think of this like a school syllabus. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capabilities, set standards and expectations. And then the roadmap. We're going to show you what you need to do to get from 0 to 5K a month, and then what do you need to do to get from 5 to 10. So videos and clear expectations there. And then based upon your goals, we want to implement daily and evening routines. We also know that fear of failure, anxiety, imposter syndrome, those are all natural, normal feelings. We just teach you how to move past that to move forward with your overall business. The top 10 struggles you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we provided solutions behind each and every one of these. We actually interviewed a ton of coaches and trainers, and that's how we got these top 10. But we have solutions behind each of these. And then administration systems and Chat GPT is where things get interesting. Have you started utilizing Chat GPT at all yet?
No, I've been learning a lot about it recently, but I have not used it.
Yeah, it's insane. It's kind of like Google on steroids. It's like a high-power virtual assistant. It allows us to do things a little bit more efficiently. We can utilize it for creating SOPs. We can use it for content creation ideas, even streamline our nutrition and our programming. It's awesome. We'll show you like what prompts to use. It spits out the information like within like literally seconds. It's crazy. Backend systems, we'll show you how to set up waiver Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls and applications with you. We even have applications you can utilize such as TrueCoach or Trainerize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition, make it more customizable for your clients. Then every module is going to have what they call a module overview document. So when you click on this, off to the right is going to be all the videos that accompany this module. Okay. Now below is going to be your written material. So you'll click on this. When you click on this, this will save to your Google Docs. So you'll know exactly what to do step by step in this entire module in written style. Okay. So if you know how to read and follow instructions, you're in a good spot. All right. Now, if you come up here to the videos, let's say you want to set up waiver for payments, you just click on this and then you'll hit play. So he's literally showing you what to click, how to navigate these screens. It literally gets no easier. It's kind of like an open book test in college, but the answers are circled and highlighted in red for you. So if you can't find the answer, we've got some problems, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're going to do the same thing for your financial system, which you have some of this already done, which is awesome. So you already have your LLC, probably already got your employment identification number. Have you opened up a business bank account yet?
Yes.
Love this. Cool. So you got quite a bit of this done. We'll also show you how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, business liability insurance. All your business legalities are covered through here, which is awesome. We'll save you some time since you have some of this done. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We'll deep dive into your specific goals. And then from there, we're going to identify what problem you solve for individuals. And based upon that, we can create our offer and pricing. So really understanding your educational experience, the value that you bring. Is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program? The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. The high ticket offer is established upon your overall length of terms. So we help create the structure of your pricing, teach you how to create downsells and discounts when applicable. Any questions on that?
No.
All right. How are we feeling so far? We liking it? We loving it? What's our thoughts?
No, I'm liking it.
Awesome. Now, the second part is going to be all social media related. Okay. So organic marketing. We're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 7 to 14 different pieces of content created by utilizing some AI software. So we want things more efficient, more convenient. And then from here, we're going to show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube. We want more people to know who you are, what you're about, and the message that you're trying to convey. And then we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting. Very specific strategies and resources behind each and every one of these platforms, from page aesthetics, page organization, hashtag use, reels, storylines, any intricate detail in any one of these platforms we cover. As you can kind of tell now on Instagram, the thread thing is kind of like the big popping thing. We just added this into our program as well. We'll show you how to maximize that. And then content creation is just like a really cool editing features. So we'll introduce you to Canva Basic, Canva Pro, Microsoft Designer. This will help with your page aesthetics, really good for branding and logos. And then your 10K lead generation framework starts off with earned media. So I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing, or people coming specifically to you, raising their hand, wanting to inbox you, want to come up to you in person. We're going to give you strategies and resources to incentivize those people to reach out. A really cool example I think could be powerful: cross-pollination. Maybe you're partnered with another coach from a different university or across the country. Their audience gets to see who you are and vice versa. So now we have a larger following. We have more people that we can provide free resources to, build that relationship and that trust, which could lead to a scholarship strategy, which incentivizes urgency, wants people to sign up with you sooner rather than later. Opposite end of this is what we call conversation to calls. This would be like outbound marketing, or you reaching out to individuals first, either in your local area or in the DMs. So we'll give you specific scripts that you can change based upon your tonality. We'll give you conversation to call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms, how to build and nurture these relationships, have more intimate one-on-one conversations by filtering them through a WhatsApp group. So those individuals have an opportunity to talk to someone that you've already served or have serviced, so they have a better indication on who you are and the testimonials that you can provide. Referral, probably the easiest way to grow your business. Friends, families, coworkers, ex-clients talking about how amazing you are. We'll show you resources and strategies to incentivize them to bring you referrals every single month without you actually having to ask for it. Then we'll also go over the beginning stages of how to run ads and build off of that as well. Any questions at all in that area?
No.
Cool. Next part is going to be the #1 skill you'll ever learn, which is sales. So we're going to teach you how to maximize your sales capabilities, teach you the psychology behind sales, to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's like a 10-minute screening call. You're trying to identify, do I want to work with this person? Can I actually solve their problem? If you do identify this is someone you want to work with, we'll take them to the closing call. It's a 45 to 60-minute call. You're trying to lock them in as a client. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be a game changer for you, understanding how to create financing options for people who normally couldn't afford your program, and then how to onboard them and set up standards and expectations. Now, whether you lock them down or not, we want to go back and we want to track all this. So we want to track how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of term. So we give you our resources to do this more efficiently and have predictable data every single month. If you're not tracking your work, you're doing yourself a disservice. Any questions on that so far?
No.
All right. Moving into objection handling. This is going to be all the excuses you're going to hear in the online space as to why someone can't start your program. We give you over 30 different examples. So the more you can familiarize yourself with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections, get them to want to start sooner rather than later. Onboarding process is probably the most overlooked area by 90% of coaches and trainers. It's someone's first 30 days in your program. This will make or break if people want to continue with you. We want energy high, buyer's remorse low. We want to set a standard of precedence. We want to make sure we're getting them resources while we're building out their program. We want to build trust. From there, we're going to move into client delivery. That's the fun stuff, the week-to-week process and how we deliver services. We just show you how to do this a little bit more efficiently, utilizing some of the newest software. We'll also show you how to track your client success metrics to ensure we're getting them world-class results. And we'll go over communication, like what to do when someone wants to quit, if they're not listening, if they're ghosting you. It happens to every coach. We'll just show you how to get past that and how to track it. Oftentimes when those people are showing those type of behaviors, they want a larger community feel. So we'll show you how to create that. We'll also show you how to set up more individualized touch points, create challenges and incentives to get them to want to execute on a more consistent basis as well. And then from there, we're going to move into customer support. So how do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? What if someone needs to pause services for an extended period of time? What are the strategies behind that? And then lastly, client retention. It's great to have clients, but we want to keep them for long periods of time, advance them to higher levels of your training. We teach you how to strategies behind that and then how to track it. All right. Any questions on all that talking I just did?
No.
All right. Quick little recap. It's a 4-month program. You'll have your customized game planning call with your coach. You're going to have a one-on-one coach all 4 months. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls either weekly or bi-weekly, depending on what's best for you. You'll have one-on-one sales coaching, the Facebook community and CEO trainings, 6 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming and optional certification, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything that we missed?
No.
Cool. That's great to hear. Now, out of all those things that I showed you, we unpacked quite a bit. Maybe what was 1 or 2 things that solidified this was the program for you?
There's a lot of resources, a lot more than what I was expecting. So
That's good.
yeah. So yeah, nothing wrong with a lot of resources. So yeah, it goes more in depth, which is very nice.
Yeah, for sure. I think you mentioned earlier, you just started your business, which is awesome. So now that you've started building that momentum, how do we secure the right amount of clients? How do we advertise those people? How do we attract the right people, right? So are we feeling pretty confident this kind of solves all those problems that we discussed earlier?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you pretty confident in your own skill set and ability to follow through with everything, with the guidance of our coaches and the resources?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I love it. All right. Next, we're going to talk about what option is going to be best for you. Okay. So you have your weekly option, got your bi-weekly option. So weekly, there's just a limited amount of spots because only so many coaches can do weekly, right? The benefit of that is as you're starting a new business, if there's any holes in our armor, we can catch it a lot faster, right? We have more hands-on experience moving forward from week to week. Bi-weekly is great as well. It just means maybe you don't need as much hand-holding. It means that we're giving you resources, the same thing there, besides your touch points are every 2 weeks versus every week, right? Now, me personally, told you I was a master level trainer. When I got into this, I did weekly just because online programming is completely different. The online space is completely different than the in-person, right? So I wanted to make sure if I was going to set this up the right way, I wanted to make sure I had no holes. So it's going to be completely up to you what you feel like is going to be the best option for you. Which one do you think kind of resonates with you best?
I like the weekly option,
Cool.
but might lean towards bi-weekly depending on what time those 30-minute sessions happen.
Those 30-minute sessions are going to be based upon your availability. Okay. So your first game planning
Okay.
call, you'll have to book it with your coach, right? Just the initial one.
Yeah.
After that, they're going to work around, like, you're a college student and they completely understand it. So they're going to make sure it's not going to be during that time that you're bartending or the time that you're going to be in classes, right? So
Yeah.
they can, and it doesn't have to be the same time every single week because school schedules
Okay.
change quite a bit. Yep. So there'll be some flexibility there. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. I like to share just a couple testimonials. Okay. So the first one I want to share with you is Karina. Karina was making about 2K a month. So you're making just slightly over what she is. Her goal was she wanted to travel, spend more time with her kiddos. First tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. So that says 8/29/20. Bottom of a tattoo indicates when she's quit her job. So 12/16/20. So after just under 4 months, she's able to quit her job. It's a real tattoo, by the way. That's how big of a deal it was for her. After 6 months, she was collecting 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month, works about 35 to 40 hours a week. So she travels with the kid, living her best life, one woman show. Kind of showed that to you because I know you wanted flexibility. You want to be able to do things on your own terms. That's exactly what she's got going on. Now, as far as how big you want to make this thing, the sky is the limit, my friend. So this is Jen Richards. So she's an IFBB pro. She's a wife to Darren. She was a physician's assistant back in 2015. Goal was want to quit her job, wants to coach full time. She joined a program that got her up to 10K, couldn't get past that. So she joined NLCA in 2021. She's now a seven-figure earner. We took her from 10K to 100K months on a regular basis. Staff size of 12. She's affiliated with First Form. She has different branding techniques. She has all the bells and the whistles. Amazing at what you can really do. And literally, like, what is that? A year and a half later, she's hitting seven figures. Nuts. So kind of just showing you how big or how small you want to go. It's completely up to you. Cool.
Yeah.
Out of those two, which do you think you can most resonate with?
I kind of feel like both in a way. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
not Jen, because I don't, I'm not making any money right now, but uh, I guess the first one, I forgot her name.
Karina?
Yeah.
I can see both because right now you're in the beginning stages, right? And you're wanting to create that flexibility and that freedom. The reason I showed you Jen is because I want to show you long term, if you want to take this thing, and go bigger, it's there for the taking, right? So that's what she did. She was at 10K and then boom, sky's the limit. Now, averages, this is pretty cool. 73% of our students sign their client in month one. On average, it takes people just 1 week to do so. So a stat behind this. The individuals that sign their client in month one by the end of month four are averaging over 8K. The individuals that don't sign their client in month one, but by the end of month four, are averaging just over 6,500. So just to be a basic, mediocre student, 6,500 to 8K, which is still really good earning potential, right? This is pretty cool. It made me think of you. People are quitting their jobs an average of 10.6 weeks to go full time. So just over 2.5 months, you could be doing this thing. You wouldn't have to bartend unless you actually wanted to, right? Pick up those extra tips when you feel like it. And of the students that do hit a 10K month, it takes them 13 weeks on average, so just over 90 days. And then this is more of a long-term projection. The students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging 366,000 a year. Now, you could expect to average, if you're a one-woman show, 30 to 60 without feeling completely overwhelmed. Okay. Once we're past that number, we're going to be talking about bringing on an assistant coach, maybe a DM or a virtual assistant. You'd essentially be more in that mastery level class. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. And our program is getting scored a 4.6 out of 5, which means people are getting massive results for their respectable businesses. Any questions on the averages?
No.
Cool. Last question before we dive into the fun stuff, the pricing, the investment. Did you get a chance to hear about the 2.5 times your investment guarantee?
I think if I remember correctly, yes. I mean, I've seen the material a long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm just going to kind of outline that briefly. Okay. Now, to qualify for that, attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. Attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls. So if you're going weekly, that'd be 4 in the month. If you go bi-weekly, that's 2 per month. Okay. One group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested price of $250 or more so with you and the certifications that you have probably upwards of 300 to 400 is what I think would be pretty fair. Okay. Have no late payments, run a scholarship strategy within the first 90 days, which is only going to help you get more clients, and complete the course to 100% capabilities, like 100% efficiency. Okay. You do all that, show up and do the work, guarantee you'll 2.5 times your investment or you get 100% refund. So it all comes down to you just checking out the boxes, showing up and just doing the work. Does that give you a little bit more confidence?
A little bit, yeah.
Cool. All right. All right. Questions, concerns. How we feeling about everything?
Feeling pretty good.
Any expectations, any concerns that you might have before we dive into the fun stuff, the nitty gritty?
No.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about this. There'll be a payment plan or there'll be a paid in full option. Okay. So payment plan, we'll figure out a budget that makes sense for you and we'll spread the rest out over 4 months. Okay. Paid in full just means, boom, we pay the whole thing up front. We save a significant amount of money. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what is this going to cost us, my friend? Only $100,000 in your life. I'm just playing. No, there's a payment plan of 10K and there's a paid in full option of 8,497 that saves you just over 1,500 bucks. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
I mean, the payment plan would be ideal, but I know I definitely would not have all that in 4 months. That's my biggest thing.
Yep. So that's not even a concern. Don't even worry about that. This is the easiest thing for me to work around. Okay. So before we kind of move forward, do you feel like there's 100% alignment with what you're looking for in this program?
I mean, I like everything in the program.
Mhm.
I know my biggest thing is I'm paying $1,700 a month for tuition on top of, my house bills. And then with me not working as much, I'm really tight on funds.
Mhm.
So that's my biggest concern, at least on my end.
Yep. So finances aside, though, this is like 100% a go for you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about something different. Okay, so maybe we start off with bi-weekly, and if you get to a better spot where you're earning more and we're building up more momentum, we can always upgrade. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. Okay, because I think this could be helpful as well. Okay, so there'll be a payment plan of 7,997 and then a paid in full option of 6,800. Okay, now I'm not expecting you to have that amount of money off the rip. Okay, so let's just kind of break it down. I'm gonna break it down first weekly because I know that's really where you're wanting to go, and we'll start there. And if we need to, we can bring it back. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so typically how it works is usually an average down, so your monthly payments aren't so high. Average down is usually 3,000 on a $10,000 payment plan. Okay, if we spread that out over 6 months, we extend that for you. That would be equivalent to about 1,400 bucks, and that's you needing about 3 to 5 clients, pending what you're charging. Does that feel like something that's more doable for you?
Possibly. Uh, yeah, I would have to look at my finances to see if I would be able to fit in. That's pretty much a month's worth of tuition. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I was already thinking about taking out another school loan, so I wouldn't have to pay as much. So that would be the main thing.
Cool. So I think I have an answer to this solution that will incentivize you to get you in at a lower rate. But if you get everything done within the 4 months, because you're a college student, right? You've been in the game for a while, so you're pretty structured. I would imagine, right? Especially with
Yeah.
what you're. Are you a type A person? Like structured bone? Like give me a checklist, I knock it out.
Yeah, I have an app. It's called like to-do list. So I put everything I need to do and I check off and I have a schedule. So I wake up at a certain time, do things at a certain time. So yeah.
I love that. So you're disciplined, right?
Yeah.
So this will work really well in your favor. So we do have what we call like an in-house financing. Okay, doesn't pull on your credit at all, but there's a little bit of interest up front, just like anything would be with financing. However, if you pay out within the 4 months, we honor the payment plan amount. If you pay off in 60 days, let's say you're killing it or you came up on some money, I don't know what the case is, but if you pay off in 60 days, we honor the paid in full amount. So get in for much less. Okay, You also are incentivized to pay off within the 4 months because that gives you the payment plan price. But if you pay it off in 60 days, you get that $1,500 off, which is fantastic. Okay. So if we went with the weekly, that would be about 12K. So if we broke that up evenly, it's just 1,000 per month. That way you get the weekly coaching, you get all those resources. Is that something that's more realistic for you?
A little bit. But yeah, I just had to look at my finances to see how much I would be able to afford. So right now I'm just kind of cutting corners a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to see. I mean, like I said, I was looking at taking out another small loan to help with tuition. So depending on if that goes through, then I would be able to kind of open up. Uh, yeah, open up the different possibilities of, spending some sort of money, for the course.
Cool. That makes sense. Let's take a pause for the cause. Let's move forward off the table for a second. I kind of want you to give me a reminder of what you feel like having the structure and the accountability and the step-by-step programming, what this will do for your business and what this will create for you personally.
The main thing would be having some sort of mentor, uh, and then the accountability as well to, uh, just help me stay on top of things. Not that I'm not on top of things, but having accountability always helps, and then having the extra resources as well.
Yeah, and having that and then having you guided, we feel like that's going to get us to our goals more efficiently, make more money so you're not feeling so tight.
Yeah,
Cool. So let me ask you this. Now that you've seen everything, right? We got this in place. We could always go back to that to start off with biweekly coaching and still go into that 12-month payment plan. But if you do it with the biweekly coaching, that takes it down to 9,600. So it's essentially you break that out over 12 months. It's essentially like $800 a month, right? If you
yeah,
paid off within 4, you get the payment plan of seven. What it was, the payment plan was 7,997. If you pay off in 60 days, 6,800. So that saves about $200 additional a month compared to the weekly. Now, the only reason I'm telling you all this is because I know that you're trying to figure out your budget. But if we can get you going, I want you to think of where you could be in the next 2 weeks if we're already taking action. You already have this information. We're moving the needle forward. You already got your certifications, which is awesome, saves us time. You got your LLC, which is awesome, saves us even more time. So you're pretty far ahead on where we need to be for actual growth.
yeah,
Do you feel like that would be a good suggestion for you?
yeah. Uh, yeah, that 12-month thing. I mean, right now would be more ideal if I'm able to get a loan, an additional loan to help me pay for tuition.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I'll have to look into that and see what I can do. But yeah, so as of like right now in this moment, I don't have that money to spend, but as
Mm-hmm.
soon as I can get more information with the loan and figure out my financial situation, I would definitely jump on board.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. How good is your credit? Good, bad, great, amazing, awesome. What's it look like?
It's like the mid 700s.
Okay, so this might be something for us to look into. It's just going to give you another option. Not sure if you'll get approved for it, but it's totally worth it. I know that you're a lot younger, but you've been really good with your money. We have this thing, what we call is called Fund My Contract. And what it allows us to do is break our payments up between 1 to 5 years. So you don't owe us any money for 30 days, but you can get approved for a 1 to 5 year loan. Okay. So essentially, it pretty much pays for the course, and you're making smaller payments to that company, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So what I propose is we just should see if you get approved. It doesn't affect your credit just to get it checked. It's a soft credit check, but we have a better indication on what you would have available at your disposal. Is that fair?
yeah. You said it
Cool.
won't affect my credit?
It will not. So let's just pretend that you get approved. Just don't hit accept yet until you want it to affect
Yeah.
your credit, right? But just to get it checked doesn't hurt anything.
Okay.
Cool. So let's do that. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to show you how we do this. So it's called Fund My Contract. Oops. Type in Jeremy. There we go. All right, what's a good email address for you?
This would be my, let's see. So Brianna Palm do underscore fitness at ymail.com or Yahoo, sorry.
Okay, so Brianna, and then I spelled your last name wrong. Jeez. Underscore fitness at yahoo.com.
Yeah,
I thought I was the only one left in this world with a Yahoo account. So I'm feeling good right now.
yeah.
All right. Boom. All right. Check your email, my friend.
Let's see. But yeah, I have a personal email uh with Yahoo and it's Ymail instead of Yahoo.
Okay.
So that explains the Ymail scratch.
All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Just going to ask you some basic stuff. And the one that I had you go for, just because I know your goal is weekly, I put in that one so we can always try if that one gets denied. But I put in for the weekly option.
Yeah.
Guys got big plans today?
Uh no, I got a few rehearsals and then a support group later today.
Awesome. Hey, well, this is cool. I got enough. You got offers. I just can't see them. So you're going to have to kind
Yeah.
of tell me what you think is kind of looks best for you.
Yeah, so the one that would work I guess well, the 24 month 560 a month and then going down to the 60 months little over 300 a month. The APR is really high, 24% or 23.99 but 24. So I
It
mean, huh?
doesn't it give you because I can't see what you have, but it should be like I don't know if they still have anymore where it's like a 6 or 12 month same as cash. So if you pay off in a certain timeline, there's not any interest involved in that.
Oh, no, it doesn't show that.
That doesn't show anything within the usually it used to have like all offers would have a 6 or a 12 month included on those. So if you kind of
Oh,
scroll, it might be at the
yeah, it
very top.
doesn't yeah, it doesn't show much information. It says congratulations, you've been pre-qualified and then based on your pre qualification, it shows the following offers and then yeah, so the estimated monthly payment, current purchase total, APR, and then term.
What does the term say? Oh, and you said that was 60 months was the one that you were looking at?
Yeah, so then that one would be more ideal if I can get a loan or like I mean just a small loan to help pay for my tuition. Yeah, 'cause I'm kind of like just scraping by right now.
Yeah, I got you. So these, once you kind of figure out what your budget's, where it's at, and you know what loans you can get approved for, this one's already the loan that's been approved, so you wouldn't owe anything for 30 days. Okay, so this would allow you to get going. Essentially, what happens is if you were to select one that you really liked or we moved forward, you would get a welcome packet, and then within 3 days is when we would upload you. So on hypothetical, let's say today is what Thursday, so Friday, Saturday. You'd be uploaded on Sunday is when you'd start. You get your course information. You'd have all that going. And then essentially there would be nothing due to us for 30 days. Like we wouldn't get it really from you. If you approved it, we would get it from the place that you approved the loan from. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts if we were able to at least get started and you have 30 days to kind of figure out different loan options? Clearly you have some really good credit, so that's awesome at your age as well. A lot of grown-ups,
Yeah.
a lot of like really older people don't have that type of credit. So that's awesome that you've done that well.
Yeah. I mean, before I go ahead with the payment, I would want to make sure I have the loan in place. That's the only thing. So, 'cause I don't want to pay for this and then look for a loan and then not end up getting the loan and then kind of, you know, being really stressed out. So I'd want to make sure the loan is in place first. That way I'm confident and not worrying uh about how I'm going to come up with the extra, like 300 or 400 bucks a month.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I would tell you that think if your average person is getting their first client in week 1 and you're structured and you got this app that's even keeping you even more structured, think where you could be in 4 to 6 weeks. Because a lot of these individuals that come on with no experience, they don't have their LLC, they don't have any back-end systems. At least you already have some of that built out. A lot of these people don't have certifications at all. So you already have, some back extensive knowledge. So my expectation for you would be that you'd be able to hit these metrics a little bit faster, especially if we just even got 2 clients out the gate and you're charging upwards of $400. There goes an additional $800. They didn't even do a paid in full, right? And we'd help you with kind of how to set up your terms. So as example, like a lot of coaches will come in, they'll do like 3, 6, 9, 12, month to month, nutrition only. You don't want to confuse too many people. So when I was doing it, I did three options. It was 4-month, 8-month, 12-month. Okay. So my 4-month was equivalent to $450 per month. My 8-month was equivalent to $375 per month. My 12-month was equivalent to $350 per month. So it incentivized them to be with me for longer. So they saw a smaller number attached, but long-term I was getting paid out a lot longer and I was having predictable data and I had these people on my roster for longer periods of time. At 8 and 12, they no longer viewed me as a coach. They viewed me as a trusted friend that gets them results. So I never had the conversation of, hey, do we want to resign? It was, let's say you were on my 7-month or my 8-month program. I'm like, Bree, we got to get on this call like today. I'm super excited. I got to show you something. I'd show you an outline of the next blueprint I have laid out for you, right? If you're getting results, you're not worried about your mind a month is not thinking, I'm about to quit this guy. I'm reaching out a month ahead of time, showing you a blueprint and being like, hey, based on our time together, we've accomplished X, Y, and Z. This is the next phase. Are you ready or what? Boom. Yes, of course I am. Awesome. And since you're committing again to yourself and to me, I'm going to give you a month or 2 of free coaching. What happens is you go tell your friends and the people that man, I have like another month left with this guy. And he already showed me the next steps. He's already got me results and he's giving me free coaching. This is nuts, which leads to longer referrals, right? So my point of telling you all that is my average retention rate is like over 1.5 to 2 years. Like I got people on my roster for long periods of time. Now, granted, some of them came from those in person, but I converted all of my in person to online and I was able to keep them there by getting them, recurring results, but I'm also incentivizing them to want to stay with me. Same thing like, hey, Bree, if you know someone that could really, utilize my services and could get something out of this, hey, you give me like 2 or 3 referrals and if whichever one signs up, I'm giving you X off, or I'm giving you this deal, or I'm going to give you this gift. You incentivize those people that are actually helping you out and building your business. It's an easy way, right? If you give people too many different options, they get confused and they are always going to go for the cheapest one, right? So being very firm on where you stand at and understanding like the value that you bring. Now, you'll pitch your main ones based upon their needs, but if they're like, I love everything that I've seen, but I literally can't afford a dime, then I might go into, hey, you mentioned right now workouts are struggling, your nutrition is really off. How about we just focus on maybe nutrition and we just do once a month check-ins? That would reduce it down to this. So I'm not giving them all of my packages up front. Kind of like what me and you were talking, right? I figured out what you think is best and you're like, hey, weekly makes sense for me. Cool, let's start there. And then you're like, hey, the more that we talked, you're like, you know what? I like this. Financially, though, it needs to make a little bit more sense for me. And then we worked out some different things. Then we came back to finding something that originally met your overall need, right? So all we're doing is finding solutions to those problems from the day one, from their finances to ongoing with their health and fitness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So my question, not my question, but I know that you probably have to figure out what loan's going to work best for you as far as for school. What I would say though is if you're able to lock in and why you're getting a loan, most likely high potential you're going to get approved with your credit score, right? The other thing I'm trying to tell you is you've already started your business, which is awesome. But we might as well maximize that now and get you by the end of this month of where you're currently at, starting off. No reason why you shouldn't be able to get 3 or 4 clients. None. On where you're currently at, and you just started, but you're already ahead of a lot of other individuals that don't have these things set up. So my point is, yes, we can play it safe and you have that comfort, if you feel comfortable. But as a college student, I'm sure there's been plenty of times at school where you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this test or how I'm gonna get through this. But you've done it. You've done it. You've proven to yourself that you're a playmaker, right? So best students, best athletes, best trainers, right? They're the ones that make quick decisions. They rarely change their mind because they're committed, right? The ones that have a problem committing are overthinkers, overanalyzers, and they never commit to something because they're constantly changing their minds. So they're always kind of in a state of perpetual in that circumstance, right? So my point to you is you're in a good spot as far as credit wise. You're in a great spot as far as building your business. You've already started it. Think where we could be in 30 days where you probably wouldn't even have to worry about where your next $300 is coming from.
Yeah. That would be nice. Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, would you be opposed to moving forward and getting that rolling? Because there's nothing due out of us for 30 days.
Yeah. I mean, I would say give me a week to see where I can, so I know I get email offers of loans. So give me a week to look at the different options and see what I can do. So I like to play it safe rather than, not, you know, yeah, I just like playing it safe. So it's like give me a week to see what I can do with the loans, and see. I'm sure I'll get approved, but yeah,
Ooh, that's fair.
yeah.
Cool. Let's look
So I know
at a
yeah,
day. Let's look at a day and kind of figure out what you think. Why don't we get together what do you think, Tuesday of next week?
yes, yeah. Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday the same time should work.
Cool. So are you PST, is that correct?
Huh?
No, you're CST. You're CST.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put you in for 11 again. And Brianna. Cool. All right, so I got us locked in for next Tuesday, the 26th, same time. You've already got a couple
Yeah.
different great options. By then, if you figured out something else before then, you already get, an offer from another loan that you've been emailing. Let me know. We can always take care of it sooner. But I have you locked in for Wednesday or Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions you have?
Wait.
That number I texted you from is my specific number. Cool.
Okay. Yes.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Sound good.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.